Hello, Bigfoot enthusiast. Squatch America.
And Hannah, domestic goddess, chief cook, and doggy mama here in the paddy wagon tonight.
Okay, you just stopped. Anyway, so
I got nothing more to say.
So tonight we're going to have a really good show. What we're going to be doing is talking about innovations in the Bigfoot world. Well, our innovation in the Bigfoot world, how it worked out, what we need to change, and yeah, I said that thing, and yeah,
you sound like a girl vlogger.
I am. Oh, my inner child is a 16-year-old girl.
12.
All right, so tonight,
why don't we catch them up a little bit?
Catch them up. Oh, we moved. We're in the Medina Lake area, kind of east of San Antonio, Texas, for the next 3 weeks or so. Is that what you wanted to catch up on?
I guess, yeah. Yeah, the drive was really long. We usually don't drive more than 200 miles in a day because we're wussy pants about that. But yesterday, our normal 3-hour drive was doubled because we just wanted to get here. And we didn't want to drive on a show day because that just is chaos and mayhem, and we don't like chaos and mayhem. Really, we don't. So, but one of the things that we have to do to travel in peace is give poor Daisy some happy pills, and it keeps her calm and mellow, like Olivia Newton-John used to sing about being mellow. But anyway, and she stays like that all day. But what that means is that the day after, she's got 2 days worth of energy. So if you see us start to shake, it's because she's got zoomies around the camper.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's about it.
That's about it. So yeah, and
and be aware that we are in a place, although we've got some. Can you get some of those, David? Go visit your friendly neighborhood veterinarian. No, they're not gummies. They're just good old fashioned trazodone. Anyway, if there's a momentary, oop, we lost you, oop, you're frozen, just know that where we are, occasionally our Starlink dish has to reorient. Or
it has to change satellites, or I don't know what the thing is. It happens occasionally with Starlink, but we're only down for like maybe 3 seconds or 4 seconds. So if we blip out and come back, that's it. It happens once every 5 or 6 hours, so we don't know.
Yeah, it might happen here, it might not. We just don't know. So anyway, with that said, let's get to it.
Let's get to it. Everybody's.
Where's your script?
No, it's over there somewhere. Anyway,
he needs a script.
No, it's not really a script. It's more like
an outline.
An outline. Okay. So we're going to talk about, and I love this comment here. Operation. Thank you, Stacy. Yeah, Operation Pond Scum. All right, so this is something that's been going on for a while, and I got a bite.
Are you wearing your bug spray?
No, I should put it on. Anyway,
where is it?
Well, not in the camper. We're fine. Anyway, so we're what Operation Pond Scum is we're going to throw this up here real quick.
And we're back.
And we're back. See, let me know if you're liking the AI thumbnails. It's just something I'm trying.
Bugs really do like him. By the way, I'm responding to the chat. Bugs really do like him, and here's why. He runs really hot. He's got a really, his basal temperature is just like, so attractive for attracting biters.
Yeah, for some reason.
They don't give a rat's behind about me because my thyroid condition keeps my body temperature really low, and they think I'm just the Walking Dead. But we recently found something that might work for him. And when he remembers to put it on, it works even while he's sweating.
Yeah.
So amazing.
Amazing.
But he never remembers to put it on.
So anyway, so what is Operation Pond Scum? This is Operation Pond Scum. This is a little thing I invented, and here's a little video to talk about what it is. A little pontoon I built out of 3-inch PVC pipe, and it has 4 trail cameras on it. Now these aren't just any old trail cameras. These are new trail camera that uses motion sensors to trigger. So they don't have the IR lights on. They don't have anything emitting from them other than the motion sensor that just detects motion in front of them. So as soon as it detects motion, they trigger. I got them to take like 30 seconds of video right now. There's one on each corner of this machine. So what we're planning on doing with this, if you see there's an anchor here in the middle. So we're going to take this, float it out on these little mountain ponds. There's all these little ponds up in the mountains. We're going to go up into the mountains. We're going to float this on the pond. And some of them are really small, so you can float them in the middle of the pond. We're going to anchor them down. So the anchor will help keep them in place. And what we're going to do with this is let it float there for a week or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever until the batteries run out. And then what this will planning on doing is to capture anything that comes to drink on the pond.
Buttons.
All right, buttons. So that's the plan, Stan. So when you're doing little interesting new ideas and research and development kind of stuff, there's always things that happen and you come out with new ideas.
Did you explain how each camera angle was meant to help spot Bigfoot?
No, but I'm not going by that.
Oh,
okay. So anyway, so it's got 4 cameras, so you got 360 degrees of visibility of watching. So on these little ponds, you can usually get all the way around them. And so what we did was we took it out and we deployed it in the place we call the playground. And this was in July. This is in July, and it was in it's probably the most squatchiest place. I consider the most squatchiest place that we have ever ran into. And Scott Goble can agree. So actually, Scott's the one who found it. Scott's the one who give him all the creds on that one. Discovered all the Bigfoot in the area, and it's something we've been going there for 4 years now. I think, isn't it 3 or 4? It's been something like that.
You first met Scott in 2022, so 2 years.
2 years. So, but Scott was finding stuff the year before that, before I got involved. So
yeah, he's been
So anyway, so
you're coming up into your 3rd year of friendship.
Yeah.
We met him at the 2022 Sportsman and Outdoor Show in Roseburg, Oregon. That's where we met him in 2022.
Yep. So I didn't say hi to people. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Dave. Hi, Sharon, Dawn,
David,
Scott, David,
Dawn, Renee, Rapture, Stacy, all the usuals, Peanut Gallery people. Yes.
Thanks for being here.
And make sure you like and subscribe and share. We got to remind you to do all those things. We have to remind everyone we are growing a little teeny bit faster than we have in the past. We want to keep that going.
Yeah. So Scott says 4 years at that location. So So now I'm going to show you a video of us deploying this. Now, I originally had the plan was to, I actually have an inflatable kayak, little dinghy boat kayak thing, that I was going to use to like row it out on these little ponds and stuff. But sometimes backpacking all that stuff into the mountains doesn't work so well. And we were going to drop an anchor on it. And then I got to thinking, well, the anchor is in one spot, so it might spin around in circles, and that spinning will cause a big problem. So I thought there's got to be some way to anchor it facing the same direction all the time. And what I came up with is if we tie a string onto one side, tie it to the bank, tie a string on the other side, tie it to the bank, it's going to hold it in place. So, and also we can deploy it like that. So what we can do is we take a string, run it across the pond. Okay.
Tie another string to the buoy twice in like 5 minutes.
It's
Wow.
weird. So, and then just pull it across the pond and then tie it down. So that's what we did.
So you didn't have to use that kayak.
So we didn't have to use the kayak.
And now you just have a kayak.
Just in case I need to go fishing. Okay.
I see how you did that.
So, yeah. So that's
how you make something tax deductible.
Yeah, it does. All right. So let's
I'm not an accountant. I'm not giving financial advice.
So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to show you. I don't think I need to. I'm going to try to do it with. I can do it over here and see. By the way, that's Scott, in case you wanted to know.
Scott.
You're gonna get your feetsies wet. Okay, that's probably good there.
What's that?
That's probably good there. Let me tie this on. And then I'll... Okay.
Pull your string tight, Scott.
All right, hold on a sec. Okay.
There we go. Okay.
Good. Okay. All right.
Got your string tied onto it?
Yep.
Okay.
Hold on. Come on. There we go.
Okay. You want me to keep going?
No, I think you're good. You got some place you can tie it off?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got her?
Got it.
Okay, now I'm gonna tie off this end somewhere.
Okay. Now that I got wet boots,
What's that?
and we have our
Oh.
line going out, and we have our flotilla Squatch cams over there, and there's Scott across the lake. So we're gonna let this thing soak for probably 2 weeks and see how we do. See if we pick up any movement, any pictures. Over there on the other side of the lake is the bike. So we'll have to see what we come up with here. This is a beautiful lake. Maybe some squatch will come in to have a drink of water, take a bath, get something to eat. Lots of dead trout in the water, little dead babies.
All right, so
Lot of
Operation
full
Pond
here in
Scum
this
is
country.
deployed. Scott's going to pick it up in a couple weeks. I've got to go to Glide for Bigfoot Festival. So there it is. Deployed. All right, so that's us getting it in the water, Scott and I. Yeah.
That is, as I recall, you were limping badly that
Yeah,
week.
my knee was really screwed up the whole time we were doing that. And I saw that Raptor threw something in the chat. It said lots of trails means lots of people and no Bigfoot. Raptor, all trails in the woods aren't
People trails.
people trails. And some of them are, and some of them aren't. But Scott can attest to this. That very same day, on one of those trails on the other side of that pond, we found footprints of a whole trackway of footprints,
Not people
not
prints.
people prints, barefoot, Bigfoot prints. So this is an incredibly hot Bigfoot area. It's one, if I could live there, I would, but it's probably under 10 feet of snow right now. But
I would not live there.
and
Nope.
it would not live there. So the next couple videos here we can show you is we can talk over those.
And again, pardon us for the periodic pauses.
Yeah.
Blame the new head of the Department of Government Efficiency for that.
There you go. That's it.
We'll forgive him.
So this one here is just kind of a shot from the trail camera itself. As we were pulling it across the pond, and all those little blue things you see in the grass there, those are all blue dragonflies.
I love them. They're so pretty. I love dragonflies. They're one of my spirit creatures.
So these are 20-second videos because that's what the camera does. So this is more as it was going out into the pond. And
that's the point of view. So
that's the point of view from the camera.
if you were under the water and had your little glasses on, this is what you would be seeing as you poked your head with your binocs out of the water.
So now we're going to get into some of the pictures. I know you all been waiting for this one.
But what happened right after this?
Right after this. Well, we're going to get to that in a second.
Okay,
that's on the list. So
it's 20 after.
I know we're going to
pause for station identification.
Yeah. We got to sell you something.
Imagine having high-speed internet no matter where you are. With Starlink, that dream is now reality. No more buffering, lag, or limited access. Starlink connects you to ultra-fast, reliable internet anywhere on Earth. From seamless streaming to intense gaming and productivity, Starlink empowers you to do it all. And here's the best part. Sign up using our exclusive link and get your first month free. Don't miss out on the future of internet. Click the link in our description to get started today. Starlink, revolutionizing internet, one connection at a time. Join now.
All right.
Join now using our link below
in the description. All right. So this next video is when it triggered. Was kind of interesting to me, and I couldn't figure it out. Let's see. Okay, there's a photo of it in the lake that we took after we went to the other side of the lake. And I think, is it? Oh yeah, this is what happened. Now, here's the deal. We got this on the pond, and we were planning to come back in a few days to pick it up. Or a week or two. Scott was going to pick it up for me. And what happened was this. All of a sudden, in fact, Scott and I were there the night we had a lightning storm. And the next morning, Scott and I had to bug out because there was smoke rolling just up the road from us.
And you got kicked out.
And yeah, and they kicked us out. But well, I was leaving that day anyway. I left, and they had fire trucks all over the place. Forest Service guys up there, fire crews, pumping water out of the lakes and stuff. The big lakes down at the bottom, Diamond Lake, which was the big one. And then the next day, Scott left because they kicked him out because the fire started right in this area. So it was called the Diamond Complex Fire on the map here. It's kind of in the center, lower center. So our cameras got trapped there for about
3 months.
3 months or so.
We kept wondering, did they get burned up? Did they get scooped up from a helicopter? You know, we had no idea whether we were going to get them back or not. The happiest day of Scott's life is when Scott said, "I've successfully retrieved Operation Pond Scum."
Yeah.
By the way, welcome to Rafael Marquez, new subscriber. I do not know what 818 means, but yay.
Why, thank you.
So thank you for subscribing. We certainly do appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's just a new sub.
Yeah.
Do we have a new sub?
Oh
no, there's a difference between a member and a sub.
All right.
Just the subtleties of everything. Just
it doesn't
escape.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So yeah,
Anyway.
I got this. Scott messaged me this, and I'm going to show you the difference. This is the difference when you message somebody and then you try to download it and replay it, or if you email it to me. So if you got videos, email them to me, because this is the quality you get when you text them.
Today it's been about 2.5, 3 months since we deployed Operation Pond Scum. And today we did the retrieval on it. And I was grateful that nobody shot it and there was no holes in it. And congratulations, Scott, on a successful deployment and retrieval.
Congratulations, Scott and Scott.
Yeah,
definitely. Because honestly, if we had done this alone, there would be no way we would have it today. Because by the time he was able to go back and get it, we were in New Mexico.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yes, the Diamond Lake near Crater Lake. That's where we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. And wasn't this actually Linda Lake?
You weren't supposed to say that, but yeah.
Well, that's even less. That's even less people-y than Diamond Lake.
Yeah.
That's why I said it, because Diamond Lake is a bit more people-y.
Yeah.
Linda Lake hardly has any people.
Yeah.
Ever.
So
So now you're going to show them more stuff.
Now, so what did we catch on the cameras? So this is one of the videos I caught a glimpse of that puzzled me, because this is one of the side cameras. Wait, what happened there?
You don't know.
I don't know.
That's just a photo.
There.
Oh.
So this one here, something. Is shaking the camera.
I heard a child.
I thought I heard something, but I think we did get a picture of a guy and a guy and a kid at the lake later on. It was like the next day, and they I think they might have tugged on the string or something, or I might have found our other culprit. What might be this? If you can hear that on the mic, something was pecking its little beak on the camera. So that's going to be one of the drawbacks to doing this. Well, it's not really a drawback. It's kind of fun. Like, you get to watch some things you don't get to see in nature a whole lot, like this duck. Here's a magic trick. Poof. The duck just magically disappeared. I cloaked, actually.
Went into a portal.
Into a portal, and we never see it again. Gone. So
John Jones. All right. Oh, there's more to come. There's more to come.
There's way more. So that's not just what we caught. Another problem I thought with floating it on a pond is I didn't realize at night there's always this here, but we got some like this is like National Geographic type videography
here
right
come
here.
the ducks again.
Yeah. So when the sun goes down at night, there's
lots of wildlife.
Well, there's that, but there's also kind of a
smoke
on the water. Fire in the sky. No,
there was plenty of fire in the sky.
Yeah.
Actually,
yeah. There's a lot of smoke on the water. Well, it's steam, but when the sun goes down. So at night, these are the shots you get, which is kind of a problem. Now this one here, I tried to look to see what triggered the camera because actually the smoke. Oh, there's a deer. Do you see it? There's a deer in the background. It's walking across the bank. So it will trigger the cameras through the fog, which is fun. And here's another one. You can see the deer again too. But at night, we're not going to get great video because of the famous smoke on the water every night.
Does that stick around all night?
Yep. So, and into the morning, there's always a little mist on the water. Now, this one here, this video is really kind of cool. And I want to point something out about doing video as opposed to doing still photos is that is funny. Is that what you're laughing at? The ducks are Bigfoot surveillance. They're checking out the cameras. Absolutely. I agree. So, so check this video out. If it'll play, there we go.
Oh, y'all are going to love this.
We caught this bear, but if you look at the right side of the screen, there's a little black blob following it. Little baby bear. And there he is. Okay, and that was the end of the first video. Then it triggered again, of course, because, and if we didn't do video, we wouldn't have noticed this. There's two of them.
Little babies.
Little baby bears.
Twins.
Yeah.
Frolicking and doing the baby, and I want to go hug it and squeeze it and cuddle it.
Yeah,
Mama would rip my face off, but you know, hey,
so
they're
this
so
is
squishy.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons I wanted to do video is because down the road from this, we have another spot we call the playground, and we have cameras up in the playground. And later on, we actually caught this photo from one of our trail cameras. We caught the bear again, same bear. This is, I don't know, what, a mile away, I think, from the pond. We got the bear there, and then we got another shot of the mama and the baby. If I hadn't got that second video from the pond, we would have never known that she had two cubs. Just from the photos, we saw one cub here, and then we saw one cub here. We would have never known there was actually two.
You're doing like forestry research here.
Yeah. So if I didn't know, if we didn't have that video, this one here, I didn't go back far enough. This one here, we would have never known there were two cubs.
I agree. I need bear cuddles or Squatch hugs,
Yeah.
either or.
Yeah. So. So that was what we got so far on the cameras. Now I need to go into something very interesting to tell you. I looked at this fog picture forever and I couldn't find anything behind it. So now we know at night we're going to have a problem with this idea. unless I'm thinking if we raise the cameras off the water further up higher, we can get it above this layer of mist that's next to the pond.
You could do one of those like a pyramid type buoy.
Yeah, we could do like a pyramid buoy and put them up on the top. So that was one of my thoughts. And another one of my thoughts, what?
Are you gonna make us big again?
Well, I was going to go into the rest of the.
Oh,
Okay.
there's more?
There's more. Another problem we had was this. Each camera had over 298 to 300 videos on them. And that's how much, this is one camera.
We had 4 of those full up.
Yeah. And so the problem with that was because it's on water, every time the wind blew, every time a wave came by, every time a duck pecked it, every time, you know, a log ran into it. I did have a video of a log running into it that was floating on the water. Every time that happened, it would trigger all 4 cameras because of the motion. So it took 3 days. Our cameras were there for 3 months, but it filled the cards up in them in 3 days, and they're basically worthless after that. So doing video could have been a problem or an advantage. So what do you think in the chat? So here's the deal. If we deploy this, we could go back and dump the cards every 3 days.
Or you could pick not fire season. So you
yes, well that was totally random. But
it was in the middle of fire season.
I know,
Come
but
on.
how often does the same place burn?
Every single freaking year.
Yeah. But so we could put bigger cards in it, like Scott just suggested.
How big were these cards?
These are 32 gigs. So
you could go like even up to
like
a terabyte.
100 or a terabyte cards, which would help. And that way, if we had a terabyte card, they would last probably a week. So there's that. So what we could do is we could deploy it with the bigger cards in it for a week at a time, drag it in, collect the card or dump the cards, put them back out. We could do that. Another idea I had was put it up a little bit higher, or another thought I had was if we use the boat and change the whole plan.
He is so good at changing the plan.
Use the boat. And put the cameras on a pole. Stake the pole, because these ponds aren't that deep. Stake the pole straight in the ground, you know, in the bottom of the lake or the pond, with the camera sticking up above the water. That way, it's not going to move with the, like an 8-foot pole. If we had it on an 8-foot pole and just stake it into the ground, or if we, because in that way it's not floating and moving.
I got my doubts about that one.
You know, I could even hip wade out far enough to stake a pole in the ground and hang the cameras on.
I'd be concerned about it getting jostled like by a log running into it and jarring it, and then it all goes in the water.
Okay.
And ruining your camera. That would be my concern.
Well, the cameras are waterproof, so.
Okay, well, there you go. Problem solved. I like my idea of like a pyramid type buoy, you know, like you see out in the rivers.
Yeah.
And then you put your 4 cameras kind of
up
like
higher.
Kind of like your AI picture there.
Right.
And
So
I'm sure you've already figured out how to do that with PVC pipe.
Probably.
Yeah.
Another thing we could actually do also is.
Oh, this is a great idea, folks. Listen up. This is all about y'all.
No, we're not doing that yet. That's not up yet.
Well, it's coming up. Listen up, y'all. The next slide is all about y'all.
So another thing would be to maybe use a like a tripod that was weighted, that so we didn't have to drive it into the sand. We could just sink it, you know, with like cement.
I guess you've got some
I
doc.
don't know. I got
You
some.
got some Doc Browning to do.
Yeah, I got some figuring out to do. But anyway, so that's what we got on this.
No
And
Bigfoots on that, but we have no idea. Now that was like 3 days into the fire, and a lot of you guys were asking, well, how does Bigfoot respond to the fire? And based on what we saw, the fire did not affect that area, and it might have been a really safe place for them because when people were not going in there, the forests were closed, and that could have been an easy place to take refuge from the.
right, yeah, because there was fire all around this. But the bears were there, the deer were there. On our other cameras where I showed you, we got the photos of the bear. We also got a coyote, a badger, a bobcat.
Yeah, you did get a badger.
Yeah, we got a badger and a bobcat and a coyote and deer and elk on the other camera. So this was all within this fire where this fire was happening.
But it wasn't where the fire was.
Wasn't where the fire was. So they were hanging out in that area. Yeah, and Scott said that's a good idea. We could just get one camera that has a 360 camera on a pole. Yeah, and that's an idea too. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, these cameras are not Wi-Fi or cellular. They are
these are old fashioned. Well, they're
newfangled,
but
everything goes under an SD
so
card.
it's a shame. I do have 2 trail cameras that I can that do use cell signal that can broadcast back to my phone no matter where I'm at. So we might do that.
Yeah, it is pretty awesome, Doc, that we got a badger.
Yeah.
And isn't that on one of your videos that you made?
No, it's coming up on a video that we're going to do with Scott.
Okay.
Scott said the 360 camera is a cellular camera also, which is cool. So
yeah, I like my.
So anyway, so we're going to get into a discussion. Ask me any questions, give me any ideas that you got, but we're going to go on with another problem that I had with this.
It's not a huge problem, but it could be.
It could
pretty
be a problem.
Unwieldy.
Yeah, and I have it. Well, this happens all the time. Is I want to point something out. So here's what we're pointing out. That kind of cuts you off. There we go.
It's your dream. Someone cut her off.
Oh, so there's about 298 videos per camera, and there are 4 cameras. That's 1,192 videos that are 20 seconds apart. That's 6.6 hours of watching them. So,
and guess who does not watch them?
Yeah.
I'm busy doing my work.
Yeah. So we have several of these deployed. Like this time we had these 4 cameras on the pond, but we also had 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 4 other cameras out in the woods too. So you end up with a ton of hours. Another thing that I have a problem with is audio. When we're out camping like we were here, I have an audio recorder we have a microphone we put up on a pole that collects awesome audio from long ways away. But the problem with that is it will record for 99 hours. It does a file every 15 minutes. It starts a new file. And I can do those for 999 hours. So if we've got, I don't know what the math is. So if every 15 minutes we have a file and we run this for 7 days, that is a ton of listening we have to do. And that's not something you can just scan through. It's sometimes you can, most of the time you can't. It's better just to put your headphones on, sit down, and listen to it. I have a ton of archive I have never finished. A lot of times we'll go out, and when we do have audio and I hear it with my own ears, I scream mark it to the microphone, and that way I can see the clicks and I know what time it is, and they have timestamps on the audio, so I can go back and look. I jot down what time it is that we heard this, and I can go back and find that audio. But if it's just out in the woods and we not there to hear it, there's no way to mark it. So that's a lot of time. So we came up with a plan. Dun, dun, dun.
You came up with a plan. I'm not taking any credit for this, but I think it's a good plan.
Yeah. So Scott said he had over 2,000 pictures to go through on his cameras, and 1,200 of them were elk. Yeah. So, and that was in the fire, by the way, just letting you know. And we did get some guy.
There's an idea. I have an algorithm to search for Sasquatch on a spectrum.
That's a great thing, but I'm not a computer dude.
Yeah, let's find a computer dude. And by the way, Lee, the way this was rigged up, you did not need a boat to retrieve it, which was handy.
Right. We could just untie it and then pull it in. Yeah. Untie one side, grab the other side.
There we go. Greg's on to us. Greg is on to us.
Oh my gosh, Greg, you nailed it.
Do we have a do we have something? Oh yeah, go back
and do the thank you.
No, not the thank you. The I'll accept it.
Oh yeah, here we go.
I'll allow it.
There we go.
He has all these funny little clips and he forgets about them.
Yeah, I do. So here's our plan. We need research assistants, basically the Squatch American research assistants. If you want to help, what I'm going to do is you email me specifically saying I want to be a research assistant. That means you don't have to go out in the woods. You don't have to do anything. Email me and say you want to do and we're going to set up.
We're going to dump all these in a Google Drive.
And then
each section
we can assign people a drive,
a link
that you can go to, and you'll have all the files in that drive, and then you can start listening to them or whatever. And if you find something, just email me back file number, the file name, which are all numbered,
and the timestamp,
and then we can get that as into our database.
Yeah, it's exactly like the SETI project, but a Yeti project.
But the Yeti project, I love that. I'm stealing that, Greg. That's happening. The Yeti project. We're going to rename that the Yeti project. That sounds great. So we can get you guys to help us go through tons of data that we collect. So, and then we can spend more time with collecting more data, so you can go through more data, and then the more data, the more chances.
The Yowie Eternal Time Initiative.
Yeah.
I got to think of something clever that can be an acronym for Yeti. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna see Barnaby. Yeah. Barnaby's a smart guy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, we're going to see you and Barnaby in May. So we'll talk about that.
Don't let us forget, Lee, because you know.
Old brains. So
anyway, well, that was our exciting show for the night.
Yeah. So that's what we got.
How many bug bites did you get this episode?
None.
No.
Oh, I meant when we were out there. Oh my gosh.
No, I meant you were. There's a mosquito flying around in here. You were complaining about it at the beginning.
We're fine.
Are you? Are
Yeah,
you really?
just
You're
that one.
Okay.
We're good.
All right. Don't scratch it.
I won't. So
So anyway, any other comments, questions?
anything you think we could do to improve this project? Um,
What size PVC pipe did you use?
I 3-inch. It was 3-inch. It's sewer drain pipe for like drain fields. I just got 4 corners and one 10-foot piece and just cut it up equally. I did use stainless steel screws to screw everything down with so they won't rust. Used a lot of silicone to make sure nothing got into them so it wouldn't sink. Other than that, that's what we did.
Stacy, I thought the footage was awesome. And but so we're all kind of in this weird age group. How many of you remember Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom?
Yeah.
And those old, before Disney went stupid, the the animal documentaries they used to have on the Wonderful World of Walt Disney, like The Amazing Kingdom of the Bees, that sort of thing. And so I loved it. I loved it. The badgers and the elk and all those things. So yeah, I love this idea, and I just think the ducks coming up, and that one duck, we know that a duck jumped on top of it because you get to hear it. Oh, there are the ducks.
Yeah.
So it's like that could be my screensaver on my computer. I'd be so happy. I just sit there watch the ducks.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, class of 85 is still alive, and 87 still. Well, we're not. Some of us have gone to heaven, but not too many of us. So, anyway,
I'm class of 81.
You're such an old fart.
Old guy.
Anyway, and I'm sorry, Lee, that you drove through your first snowstorm. Those better be over by May. That's all I can say about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all about the duck videos and the baby bears, and so.
Yeah, and something my trail cameras do is really kind of cool. There's the smoke on the water there. That it said it was 37 degrees that morning on 8/16/2024 at 6:36 in the morning.
Okay, so that was August and not July.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's another thing you got to be when you're out and putting out trail cameras and stuff, especially if you're doing audio recording, and I've made this mistake more than once, make sure you make sure the timestamp, the date, and all that is in your recorder correctly. Or else, you're going to look at your watch. Oh, I heard something. I'm going to look at that time code. I'll look at my watch, write down the time, and then it's not the right time.
Yeah.
In the recorder.
Yeah. Make sure. Yeah. So, anywho. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Well.
So, anywho.
Add 4 T's to the base close to the 90s to put a pipe with a square flat end cap. Screw the cameras on top. You'll be fine keeping cameras above the fog.
Oh, there we go.
Sounds like there's some engineering in there.
Yeah.
You're putting that together in your head.
Yes, I am. Exactly. Raptor came up with that that's a great idea. I pictured it in your head. I know where you're talking about. So yeah.
On another note altogether, how many of you think I should braid this mess?
It's getting crazy.
It's getting a little scraggly.
Yeah.
Should he go just straight Duck Dynasty, or shall I braid it and put a bead on it like an old Norse Viking dude?
Yeah. Yeah.
We need some beard styling there.
Yeah. So that's a great idea. So Operation Pond Scum 2.0 or
Hey, Lee has a great point. Sasquatch likes to braid things. That's why I should braid it.
Yeah.
You'd fit the genre.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah.
Put several beads, bead and braid. Yeah, oh, they're like it. Okay, all right. We are beading the hair.
We're not.
Yeah, we are. Even John said, put several beads in it.
Don, you betrayed me.
All right. Well, we're 5 minutes out, so I think it's probably. Do we have anything else to show them?
Nope, that was it. You know, and if you notice, most of the video I showed you was off one camera because I only got through looking at.
He's got 3 more
I got
cameras.
3
to
more
go.
cameras to go through. But those are the highlights of what we got. So.
And now you know why we need research assistants.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Raptor said you'll have to make the base a little bit wider and longer.
Probably.
I can see that.
Yeah. To do that, just putting the T's in will help. Will make it wider and longer. And then I need some uprights and caps. So, yeah, I see where you're going with that. I really agree. That's a great idea. That way, it's still floating. So,
Stacy, rune beads.
so
Like
we're going to raise the cameras. We're going to put bigger cards in them.
And we're going to have research assistants help us watch all this stuff.
Yes. And then we're going to...
It definitely sounds like they prefer the videos over the photos.
Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, because, you know, like I said, if we just watch this, even with the video, like if this one video of the bear, you know, you see the bear walking. Oh, you can see my thing there. And then over here, you see the baby bear over here. Just watching this video, you would think she just had one child. But if we watch the second video, which is this one, you got 2 baby bears right here running.
They're so freaking cute.
So that, I believe they're called sow bears. Yeah, I had 2 babies.
Al Gordon said, dress like a pirate when you float the new camera setup.
I agree. Exactly.
And you call him Lockbeard too.
Lockbeard too. That's funny. I haven't seen Lock.
We haven't seen Lock on the channel in a little while.
Yeah.
Yes. And then you can leave extra beads out.
Yeah.
Bigfoot.
Yep. There we go.
All right. So, well, with that, folks, we
appreciate you guys being here. Like, subscribe,
share this channel. Join us for $1.99 a month. Is the easiest way to beyond just being a sub. You can join. We have got so many things that we want to do with this channel. And with Squatch America, you have no idea, like the notebooks full of plans that we've been, I mean, the creativity has just gone crazy in the paddy wagon. And so it's going to take us time to implement everything, but we are working on some pretty amazing stuff. And if you guys have any recommendations for really good bug spray for this guy, let us know. But I think we found something, but just remember that DEET doesn't work for him. Yeah. Anyway, and so until next week, please just remember that our job is to investigate, explained,
not to explain the uninvestigated.
So until then, you keep watching.
We'll keep squatching
and go out and find Bigfoot. Bye-bye.
Bye. That damn Sasquatch.
Squatch America.